When people hear the words a Middle East, many imagine endless deserts and ancient conflicts, but those who truly know this region understand that it is one of the most visually stunning, culturally rich, and historically layered parts of the world. The Middle East is where civilization learned to write, where empires rose and fell, where faith, art, architecture, and human ambition intertwined for thousands of years. Its cities are not just places on a map, they are living stories carved in stone, glass, sand, and soul. Today, let us journey through the top 10 most beautiful cities in the Middle East, not as tourists ticking destinations off a list, but as observers of beauty in its deepest forms, beauty shaped by history, resilience, tradition, and breathtaking transformation. Imagine walking through a city where the future seems to rise straight out of the desert. Dubai is often called a miracle, but it is more accurately a bold vision turned into reality. Skyscrapers pierce the sky like symbols of human ambition, while golden dunes stretch endlessly just beyond the city limits. The Burj Khalifa stands not just as the tallest building in the world, but as a monument to what imagination combined with determination can achieve. Yet Dubai's beauty is not only in its glass towers. It is in the quiet moments along Dubai Creek, where traditional wooden dhows still glide through the water, reminding us that before luxury and global fame, there was trade, hard work, and survival. The contrast between old souks filled with spices and gold and futuristic malls glowing with artificial light creates a city that feels like two eras living side by side, perfectly balanced. Now shift your mind to a city that feels like poetry written in stone and sunlight. Jerusalem is unlike any other place on earth. Its beauty does not shout. It whispers through ancient walls, worn steps, and sacred silence. Every stone in Jerusalem carries centuries of prayer, conflict, hope, and faith. The golden glow of the Dome of the Rock at sunset is not just visually stunning, it feels spiritually overwhelming. Narrow streets in the old city lead you through Christian, Muslim, Jewish, and Armenian quarters, each with its own rhythm, scent, and sound. Jerusalem's beauty lies in its depth. It is not a city you simply see. It is a city you feel, one that stays with you long after you leave, echoing in your thoughts like an unanswered question. Moving north along the Mediterranean coast, Beirut reveals a different kind of beauty, one born from resilience. Often called the Paris of the Middle East, Beirut blends European elegance with Middle Eastern warmth. The sea crashes against its cornice while cafes buzz with conversation, laughter, and debate. Beirut's architecture tells stories of glory, destruction, and rebirth, all layered within the same streets. Roman ruins stand near modern art galleries. Bullet-scarred buildings exist beside stylish boutiques. What makes Beirut beautiful is not perfection, but character. It is a city that has suffered deeply yet refuses to lose its love for life, art, music, and freedom. Its beauty is raw, emotional, and intensely human. Travel eastward, and you arrive in a city that feels like a dream painted in shades of blue and gold. Isfahan, often described by the Persians saying Isfahan is half the world, lives up to its legendary reputation. This Iranian city is a masterpiece of Islamic architecture and artistic harmony. Naqshi Jahan Square opens like a grand stage, surrounded by mosques, palaces, and bazaars that seem almost unreal in their symmetry and detail. The blue-tiled domes reflect the sky, creating the illusion that heaven itself has descended to earth. Bridges like COC poles stretch gracefully over the river, especially magical at night when locals gather to sing and share stories beneath the arches. Isfahan's beauty is calm, refined, and timeless, reminding us that true elegance never ages. Then there is Muscat, a city that feels untouched by chaos, quietly resting between mountains and sea. Unlike cities that race toward modernization, Muscat chooses grace and balance. White buildings line the coast, preserving a sense of harmony with nature. The Sultan Qaboos Grand Mosque stands as one of the most beautiful mosques in the world, not because of excess, but because of its serenity and craftsmanship. Muscat's beauty lies in its restraint. The turquoise waters, rugged cliffs, and peaceful atmosphere create a city that feels like a deep breath in a noisy world. It is a reminder that beauty does not always need to be loud to be powerful. Few cities capture the imagination quite like Istanbul, standing proudly at the crossroads of two continents. Though often debated as European or Middle Eastern, Istanbul's soul is undeniably tied to the East. Its beauty comes from layers upon layers of history stacked upon one another like pages in an ancient book. The Hagia Sophia, with its massive dome and golden mosaics, is a symbol of transformation, having served as a church, mosque, museum, and mosque again. The Blue Mosque faces it like a respectful rival, both reflecting centuries of devotion and artistry. The Bosphorus Strait cuts through the city, where ferries glide between Europe and Asia in minutes. Istanbul's beauty is dynamic, alive, and endlessly fascinating, a city that never stands still yet never forgets its past. Further south, Doha rises from the desert like a vision of modern Arabia. The skyline along West Bay gleams with futuristic towers that reflect the Persian Gulf's waters. But Doha's beauty is not only modern. The Museum of Islamic Art stands as a cultural jewel, blending traditional design with contemporary elegance. Kitara Cultural Village celebrates art, music, and heritage, while Soukwakif brings the past alive with its winding alleys, traditional shops, and warm lights. Doha represents a city confident in its identity, embracing progress without abandoning tradition. Its beauty lies in this careful balance, showing how the future can respect the past. Now imagine a city carved directly into rose-colored stone, hidden for centuries and revealed like a secret to the world. Petra is not just beautiful, it is mysterious, dramatic, and unforgettable. Walking through the narrow Sikh, surrounded by towering cliffs, builds anticipation with every step. Then suddenly, the treasury appears glowing in the sunlight, carved with astonishing precision by the Nabateans over 2,000 years ago. Petra's beauty is amplified by silence and scale. It feels as though time pauses there, allowing visitors to stand face to face with ancient genius. This is not a city built on the land, but within it, blending human creativity with natural wonder. In the heart of Saudi Arabia, Riyadh offers a beauty often overlooked. While known as a political and economic center, Riyadh is transforming rapidly into a cultural and artistic hub. Modern skyscrapers like the Kingdom Center rise above the city, while historic sites such as Diriyah preserve the roots of Saudi identity. Riyadh's beauty lies in its evolution. It represents a nation redefining itself, opening its doors to the world while honoring its heritage. The desert sunsets, the expanding art scene, and the ambition in the air make Riyadh a city of quiet but powerful beauty. Finally, there is Shiraz, a city that feels like a love letter written in gardens, poetry, and light. Known as the City of Poets, Shiraz carries a romantic soul unlike any other. The tombs of Hafez and Saadi are not mournful places, but celebrations of wisdom, love, and humanity. Persian gardens bloom with flowers and flowing water, creating spaces of reflection and peace. Nasir al-Mulk Mosque, often called the Pink Mosque, transforms mornings into a rainbow of color as sunlight passes through stained glass windows. Uraz's beauty is gentle and emotional, touching the heart rather than overwhelming the senses. These cities, though vastly different in style, culture, and rhythm, share a deeper connection. They are all shaped by thousands of years of human dreams, struggles, faith, and creativity. The Middle East is not a single story. It is a collection of countless stories, woven together through cities that stand as proof of humanity's ability to create beauty even in the harshest landscapes. From deserts to seas, from ancient ruins to futuristic skylines, these cities remind us that beauty is not just about appearance, but about meaning, memory, and spirit. To admire the Middle East is to understand that beauty can be powerful, fragile, timeless, and evolving all at once. It teaches us that civilizations may rise and fall, but art, architecture, and human expression endure. And perhaps the greatest beauty of these cities is not what we see with our eyes, but what they awaken within us, a sense of wonder, humility, and connection to something far greater than ourselves.